Damn, the wind blowing like a motherfucker outside. It must be hella cold. Anyway, I decided to talk about this album, Kyle. Smile, the Deluxe Edition. I remember reviewing a project of his called A Beautiful Loser. I thought that was the most dopest project of that time when it dropped. I was like amazed at that. Just to call yourself a loser in a sense was just creative. Now, as far as this album cover, I gotta say it's kind of odd futurist in my personal opinion. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's basically plain and simple. The album's called Smile. It's a picture of somebody smiling. You dig? 13 tracks is on here. Couple features of people I don't even know except Chance the Rapper. Which I'm gonna get this shit out the way already. This nigga Kyle on most of these songs, I don't care what nobody say. He does have that Chance the Rapper type vibe flow about him. And that's the first thing that I was listening to. Like, goddamn, nigga, like, your ass is really trying to sound like Chance. Like a knockoff version of Chance. Like, let's be real. If niggas say that Rich Homie Quan and Future sounding like, or Migos and everybody sound like this nigga damn near sound like Chance the Rapper. So it was crazy that, he had Chance the Rapper on his album, but he didn't use that same exact flow. He changed it up when Chance was on the song, so I thought that was pretty crazy. You got Jesse on the album. Y'all ever seen that commercial with the woman? I guess from the golden days or whatever, the western and shit, and then she look up and she like, Jesse? That shit hella funny though, bro. Like, that's one of my favorite commercials. Alright, let me get to this shit. Then there's another artist by the name of Yuna and another artist by the name of Super Duper Brick. Yeah, that just sound crazy. We're gonna start using that shit for when people put out albums and they be popping that shit. It's a Super Duper Brick. Shout out to Kyle. But alright, the production on this shit was crazy. It was different. It was unique in its own right. A lot of people probably don't even fuck with this album. You know what I mean? I had no really problem with it. I thought it was different and cool. I like different. And searching on iTunes, it came across this project. Like, who the fuck is this? Like, oh, that's that one nigga that did A Beautiful Loser. So I was like, all right, I gotta check this shit out. And I enjoyed most of it. You know what I mean? Like, the first track, I thought that was pretty dope to have like a little Star Wars theme about it. If you watch Star Wars, which I'm a fan of, as well as other cult classic films, the Force was something that was basically mean you're a powerful motherfucker. And the beat was just so dope and different. I like the melody because he did rap and little singing on this. Nice melodies and things of that nature. So that song was, I fuck with it. Number 2, Feels Good. It got kind of a smooth, jazzy type production. From what I'm taking as about a chick, I got some funny clips inside this song. If you listen for it, some great sound effects in there as well. That shit was pretty different, and I was like, wow, this is impressive. Like, this shit, it's an album, but this definitely should have been a mixtape, but it is what it is. I definitely fuck with it. Summertime Soul, I couldn't get with that shit. He on this like singy, songy type esque, and I couldn't fuck with it. Don't Want to Fall in Love, I fuck with that. I mean, the melodies, the rap, singing, the beat, the sample was crazy. Some of the lyrics was relatable, you dig, of reasons why you don't want to fall in love. That's just a subject a lot of motherfuckers won't touch on, but it is what it is. If you human, fuck that. You been there or you want to be there, you dig. Can't nobody say they never been there, you dig. But I thought the hook was cool and his flow was on point. Good song. Endless Summer Symphony, I couldn't rock with it, sorry. That's just too whatever it was. And this track really, yeah, it's a banger. I mean, I'm a like admit that the ad libs and the sound effects was crazy. The production was zany as hell, though. You know what I mean? Shout out to Sever the Bond. He liked this song a lot, and I was like, really? Like, listen to this shit at first, but it's like when it finally kicks in, the record kicks in, it's like, oh, okay, I can see how you. It ain't no shit that I'll play around my immediate family and people that I know, because they be like, turn that whack pop shit off. Like, what the fuck is that? But then again, I wouldn't give a fuck and I would play it because that song dope as shit. Moving on. Number 7, Deepest Part of Me, Interlude. The production and the melody was amazing on that record. I actually ran that back 5 times watching Blue Bloods. That shit was crazy. But anyway, moving on to number 8, Super Duper Hero featuring Super Duper Brick. To me, it's just a simply amazing song. Superhero theme. You know what I mean? Great production. Nice melodies and flows and lyrics. It's just a cool song, so I fuck with it. All for You featuring Yuna, self-explanatory. That production, to me, that's the best production on this album. I don't care what nobody say. I fuck with it. A lot of you niggas ain't even gonna listen to this shit anyway. But if you know who Kyle is and a fan of him, you dig. I fuck with that production. That's like my favorite song on here. Remember Me featuring Chance the Rapper. I love the jazziness of the beat. You know, Kyle flow was on point. Chance did his thing, of course, and I was glad that Chance outshined this nigga on his own song. I was like, that was ill. Moving on to number 11. All right, all right. My bad. I couldn't fuck with it. He used that thing Tyler do where he make his voice sound like that dark version of himself. Y'all know, like when the intro to Goblin or Bastard where Tyler talking to the therapist using that, hey, Tyler. Like, you know, I can't do the voice, but y'all get what I'm saying. That type of shit. I think the only person that really could do that and it sound dope is Tyler. That's just my personal opinion. Moving on to number 12, Do What It Does. The beat was crazy. It fucked with the sample. He was talking about his life in there, but he had a lot of funny ass bars in that song. Like, if you look at the flow pattern he used, that shit was crazy. I was like, why is he rapping like that? But then I'm listening, I'm like, oh shit. Like, he said a lot of good one-liners. I thought that shit was crazy, but the flow pattern he used is just phenomenal. I've never really heard nobody do no shit like that as far as the album go. It just seemed like he playing around rapping like he ain't trying to be serious, but yet you hear what he's saying. It was one part that he said about on his album about the slowest part of your brain or some shit like that. I thought that line was crazy. Like, it just, if you listen to it, you catch it. That shit was crazy. And the last track, At Found Bay featuring Jesse. Good song. Subject matter was cool. Melodic style beat. You know, I like the melody and the hook of the song. You know, it was cool. You know what I mean? Overall, this album wasn't bad. You know, 10 of the joints cool. What could I go back to this album and listen to it? Sure. Only the songs that I like. You know, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Production, though, on creativity, I give that an 8 out of 10 because that's some of the most creative shit I ever heard in a while. Like, you know, shit that the average motherfucker couldn't rap on. That's how you know this is personally his own style of rap. He don't, like, I mean, far as his flow, all right, he sound like Chance, but far as, you know, a lane, can't nobody else rap on this type of shit. I don't give a fuck what artist you name. A lot of these artists cannot fuck with this, and I think that's what make artists unique, when they find their own niche, their own style, their own path, you feel me? But overall, this was a good album. If y'all into it, let me know what y'all think. All right, one.